Welcome back. We're bombarded with so much dietary advice these days. It's difficult to keep up with what's good for us, the foods we should avoid, and one of the big ones is carbohydrates. We've all heard that, haven't we?
Yes. Now, among some experts, they've been demonised. Others say that they should be part of our everyday food intake. There are good carbs, bad carbs. There are carbs
in between carbs.
You know, in between carbs is confusing. So, the woman who we need to sort through the minefield of carbohydrates.
Save us, Sarah.
Nutritionist Sarah D. Lorenzo. Morning to you.
Good morning.
Hi, Sarah.
Good morning. Hi.
Okay, so look, the bad carbs is this, right?
Bloody.
White bread.
Okay, so they're simple carbohydrates. They're the bad carbs. They're the ones we want to be avoiding. There's two
Simple, stupid, you
simple.
mean?
Well, it's look. If you look over there's not a lot of fibre.
White bread.
Basically, a carbohydrate is a combination of a fibre, a starch, and a sugar. That's a natural carbohydrate. So when we've got simple and complex carbohydrates, simple are pretty much just sugars. Complex are the carbohydrate in its whole form, but in addition, you're getting vitamins and minerals as well. So
I just saw that the pasta is here under the simple. What do you think of the ones you can get, like pulse pastas and brown rice pastas?
Well, they're a whole grain, so they're better. This one's
or like good?
They're okay, they're great.
Okay,
but I think food just has to be in its whole form when you're. That's kind of my advice when it comes to whole grains. Look for food in its whole form. You can get whole grain pasta and stuff like that.
Sure. So if simple's bad for you, then obviously complex is going to be a bit better for you. What are the things that are the complex carbs, and how much should we be eating?
That's a big thing. So everyone, with carbohydrates, people just lose sight of what is a true portion. And I say to a lot of my patients, a true portion of a carbohydrate is half a cup cooked. So that's basically half a cup of cooked. If it's rice, if it's you're having some beans, if it's the potato, sweet potato, half a medium-sized potato is what a serving size really is. So
half a medium-sized potato.
A serving
but when
size.
you go out, you've got so much more than that,
that's
haven't
exactly
you?
it, and that's why people go on about carbohydrates a lot, and they talk about them, and they are demonised because it's portion control. But all of this is carbohydrates here. You've got carbs in the nuts, of course, in your brown rice. You're getting B vitamins with the rice as well. We've got the potatoes, of course, sweet potato, and of course you're getting a lot of iron in things like beetroot. I say to my patients, an easy way to understand carbohydrates is the brighter the colour, the higher the sugar content of the carbohydrate.
Right.
The darker the colour, the higher the fibre, remembering that carbohydrates are fibres, sugars and starches. And in the middle you've got something like the pumpkin there, which is a starch. But if you want to lose weight, you're getting your carbs more from the darker colour, and if you're just in a healthy kind of way.
So if you want to lose weight, should you really be avoiding pumpkin, sweet potato, those sorts of things?
Yeah, with carbohydrates and weight loss, definitely. I mean, you still have to have carbohydrates. They're so important for our gut health. We need fibre for things like keeping our blood cholesterol levels in check, also keeping us regular. If you don't have carbohydrates, you'll end up with gut issues, and so that I always encourage on all of my weight loss programs carbohydrates, just the darker in colour. These things are okay, but it's also what time of day you're having them. So I encourage people, if they have to have carbohydrates at the front part of the day, breakfast and lunch, and minimise at dinner for weight loss.
Speaking of breakfast, you've got the Carb Smart breakfast recipe, which we're going to put up on our website, sunrise.com.au. But tell us about it.
This is my creation. So I've made this with steel cut oats. I like the steel cut oat because it's the oat in its proper form, which has just been sliced into 3 sections. It hasn't been rolled or made into a quick oat. I've also added to it some pineapple, nuts. I've got some yogurt here as well, some banana, drizzled with organic honey, which is fine. And then I've used dairy for this. So dairy actually has carbohydrate in the form of lactose. So dairy's been my choice of milk, and then of course my choice of yogurt. Good quality one, of course. And potassium as well in the banana. So this will keep you full. Keep your blood sugar stable for the day.
Delicious. It is so good. We've been eating your porridge that you suggest. You know, soaking overnight.
Yes,
terrific.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you.
Sarah comes over and says, "Who's been eating my porridge?" Monique has.
You idiot. Still to come.